What about food? Does it have one restaurant?
No.
Does it have two? Does it have three?
No.
No. It has 8 restaurants.
8 restaurants.
Do you love to travel?
Do you love road trips?
Do you love finding hidden treasures in towns all over the USA? Hi, I'm Joshua.
And I'm Craig. Welcome to Treasures of Our Town. It's a podcast that explores unique and charming towns scattered throughout the United States.
Guided by our love for location-based games like geocaching. Join us as we venture to some of the country's most intriguing destinations, uncovering hidden gems and local secrets along the way.
On today's episode, Josh, we talk about one of my favorite places to visit in the United States. One of many. It is the rest stop, Josh. The
toilet.
Stop. The toilet, the bathroom. Tim, Minnesota boy. He'll be happy about this. It's a bathroom show just for Tim. So there we go.
We're going to rate the toilets of the United States, not breweries.
I love it. Actually, speaking of breweries and stuff too, they did have a new podcast episode out today too. And I listened to it, Josh. I listen to it every single time because I'm driving everywhere. And so I listen to all the podcasts. But yeah, again, a quick shout out to The Brewery Adventure with Minnesota boy. He's only one person. And Mecca MN as well. They're 2 good friends from Minnesota. So yes, that's what I've been doing. I've been traveling, Josh. What have you been doing?
I've been, doing life.
I know.
And are you segueing into our upgrades and delays? Because if you're listening to our show for the first time, every episode we share our updates, upgrades, and delays. So, and it's our highs and lows. So was that a segue, Craig, for that?
Why not? Let it be a segue directly into it, Josh, because I am literally segueing across the good old US of A to pick you up very soon. And that's going to be, I'll start first. That's my delay, Josh. Believe it or not, that's a delay.
That you have to see me?
No. No, that I'm traveling so far every single day, Josh, because so I was last weekend, I was in Ohio and I was having, this is the upgrade, by the way, having a great time in Ohio. We had a few Munzee events there in Ohio and fun times with some fun people, a few breweries there, some great pizza as well. And Josh, there's one town, Glendale in Ohio, great small town. And they have every Saturday night, they have free local bands playing in the little amphitheater in the middle of town, in town central. And everyone takes their little deck chairs out and they sell beer, they sell wine, they give away shirts, Josh, like Glendale, Ohio. They're doing things right. I'm telling you, it was a fun time, all for free as well. So that was really cool. That
sounds like an absolute blast.
That's my upgrade, which then leads into my delay.
Well, I'm sure you did many blasts too while you were
Munzee. That's a Munzee, exactly. Oh, I did. But not as many as Rob. But anyway, that's another bug to bear that I'll do a podcast with him tomorrow morning, which leads into my delay, Josh. And that was last weekend. And then Thursday, I've got to pick you up. So I left on Sunday for the events in Ohio, and I have to pick you up in Minnesota on Thursday lunchtime. So I've been doing the miles, Josh. I've been putting in the hours, putting in a cross-country sort of time frame. And my delay is that, Josh, I'm actually driving past several of my geocaching friends along through USA, and I hope that they don't reach out to me and say, "Why you went straight past my house?" And Josh, I did go straight past, literally past Hailmeister's house, because he's got a Munzee out the front, so I had to get that too, just to say, like, so I know where he lives, but I never actually went and saw him. So if you guys listen to the show, Scott Burks, he's in Chicago as well. I do apologize, but yeah, I literally had to scream. I had people in Munzee, Josh, reach out to me and say, "Oh, you're coming through my town, let me know if you're in town." I'm like, "I'm past it now, bye." So that's my delay, is that I'm traveling too far for too quickly. So is that a delay? Is that a delay?
Yeah, it's kind of delay, but the end of it is going to be wonderful, because I think we could tell the people where we're going.
Absolutely, we should, because it's Monday by the time this is out and about, and so it's already finished by the time it's out and about. So
we are going to Gilby, North Dakota, which is the Disneyland of geocaching. And I am so excited for you, Craig, because you have never been to Gilby, the Disneyland of geocaching. I've been there 3 or 4 times, and we are going there for a very, very special reason. There's a reason why we both have to be there, and I will keep that a secret.
No, why? We can say it. We said it in the episode before.
We did.
Yeah, we did. We said it. We said it on stage in
That's true.
in West Virginia as well.
That's true. We told thousands of people already. Okay. We're going there because we're going to shoot our GIF film, our Geocaching International Film Festival entry. And so, and it requires for us to be in Gilby. And that's all I'll say.
Yeah.
And so I'm excited for you to experience some of the geocaches there, but also we're going to have a good time filming as well. But we're working. It's a work trip.
It's a work trip. It is actually a work trip. I'm filming. I'm not going to be doing the caches as I normally would do the caches by myself and appreciate them and, spend some time and, an effort and maybe do a TikToky. I won't have time for any of that, Josh. I'll be behind the camera 90% of the time. I'll be behind the camera, never in front. So pretty much where, I like to be, so I don't have to use a wide-angle lens. Anyway, what's been your upgrade, mate?
My upgrade is I experienced the most amazing, creative, whimsical, quirky event that I've ever experienced in my whole life.
And you've experienced some events.
I know I've experienced a lot of events. So on one of my videos, if somebody frequents my YouTube channel, there's this very special thing where there's a giant 20-foot pencil in the front of a man's yard. So 4 years ago, the tree got blown over by a storm, and it was an old oak tree. And instead of like just taking it all out, the guy that owned the house commissioned an artist to create a giant number 2 pencil out of this piece of wood. Yes.
So it is actually in the ground as a full tree.
Yes. Yes. Wow. It's a tree. It's
a real tree. It's not. Wow.
Yeah, and he carved it on site because they were talking about that he could have just cut it down, took it to his workshop, and then brought it back. No, he carved it, painted it, and sculpted it right in that front yard. Wow. So it is such a cool thing. That's a cool thing in itself. But every year at this time, they have a ceremony. They have a ritual where they decide to sharpen the pencil. So I went to the pencil sharpening ceremony. They had a gigantic, humongous sharpener. They had people dressed as pencils dancing. It was Prince's birthday, so they were shooting out purple smoke everywhere. There was people that decided to ask the pencil questions. So the kids submitted questions, and then there was a pencil interpreter to ask the pencil questions. Like one of the questions the kids was, does it hurt when you get sharpened? And the answer was no, it's just simply like a haircut.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was so awesome.
So I saw this, Josh, on your social media. You posted on your I think it was Instagram. You posted on as well, and even on TikToks as well. Brilliant! It looked fantastic. It had a DJ there and everything. But do they actually physically sharpen the pencil, or do they just? So they actually cut off. Yes. So literally, this giant pencil is actually getting shorter each year.
Yes, it's a sacrifice. The artist was like, in biblical times, this is a ritual. In biblical times, they sacrifice animals. We don't do that anymore. So we have to sacrifice the part of the pencil. And I understand, like someday it'll just be a nub, but that's a part of it. That's a part of the pencil. And the artist had this like super inspirational like speech where he said, wow, through the whole year, we have written notes to one another, and we've written in the margins metaphorically. And through this year, our pencil has gotten dull, and we take time to sharpen it, to better ourselves, to make us better humans as we go further into this year. It was so inspirational.
Yeah, that sounds quite cool, and sharpen your mind while you're there as well. You see, so
yes.
But I'm thinking, Josh, just the sheer size of it, and literally how much they shave off wouldn't be that much that they shave off around the top. Therefore, I'm thinking your great grandchildren may see the nub, but you definitely will not see the nub.
They said it's about 8 inches every year that they shave off.
8 inches. 8 inches is a lot, really, when you think about it.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was really cool. Wow. And I didn't say this. It sounds like a quirky thing that maybe like, a handful of people would show up at. Yeah. Oh my gosh, Craig. It was a party. There were probably 3,000 people there.
Did they have to close the street down, everything, if this is in these guys' front yard?
No, but that became a problem.
Yeah, absolutely.
because the people blocked the street.
They would have just put with the police should have showed up. You
Yeah.
know, they would have literally the police would have blocked the streets in the end after all that because they couldn't move that many people on.
No.
But yeah, no, there was a DJ, the party. I mean, they even had these guys dressed up in pencils doing the pencil trust fall and stuff.
Yeah,
like
they
that.
had trust fall, they had pencils diving. It was so me. You know, I love a roadside attraction, but to have a whole celebration around a roadside attraction, I was in the front row.
Oh, wow.
And I was so close to catching the shavings. The kids catch the shavings.
Oh, so you can actually catch shavings as well.
Yes, the shavings fall off.
Wow.
And the kids are like surrounding it, trying to catch a shaving.
What happens to the shavings is a little bit too large and it's clunk on their heads. And who gets sued then? Wow, the pencil gets sued.
I know.
Oh, well,
so that
anyway,
was that was a good upgrade.
That was a good upgrade, Josh. So what's been your delay this week, if that's been the upgrade?
So the pencil is in somebody's front lawn. And this is connected because my front lawn is looking a little shaggy. Why?
Yeah.
My lawnmower broke.
Oh.
That's my delay.
Oh.
I need
from one to another.
My lawnmower fixed.
It's kind of segued in with the whole lawn in front yard. Yeah,
it works.
You did well. You know, very good.
And the blade needs to get sharpened in my lawnmower.
Oh,
there you go. There's another segue for you.
There's two. That's a double. Jeez, look at you. Anyone call you a podcaster from now on? Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
We're on fire.
We are. Anyway, Josh, that's our upgrades and our delays. Let's move on now to the duck's guts of the show. I know you like me saying that, which is all about the USA and their rest stops. Now, Josh, why did we pick a show about rest stops first and foremost?
Well, you know, we love our good road trips. I mean, your whole life is one big road trip, Greg. And when you're on the road, I love a good rest stop because, you know, like the bathrooms are clean typically.
Yeah.
There's sometimes really cool things to see there. Sometimes there's food. There's often geocaches. At rest stops.
Almost everyone's at geocache somewhere. Yeah.
Yes, for sure. They're typically, you know, safe. There's fun things to see and do. Often they're used, you know, they're owned by the state that they're in.
Yes.
They use it as a feature. Sometimes there's museums there. Sometimes there's certainly often historical markers there. So a good rest stop is an essential great part of a trip.
Yeah. Yep. And you think about it as well, the safety mechanism at most for me being ex-police officer as well, and that is to get out and walk around after, you know, we have in Australia this whole thing, 2 hours. Every 2 hours you must rest, revive, survive. And that's the whole saying in Australia. And you shouldn't drive any more than 2 hours at a time before you get out of your car and walk around the car at minimum, let alone these rest stops. And when I say safety, there's the safety in you know, keeping awake and not falling asleep at the wheel. But there's also the safety in the fact that most of the rest stops, Josh, are very well lit. Some of them have security guards there. So you find you can walk around a rest stop, Josh, and most rest stops, especially in the US, have Munzee walks all around the actual light poles and all that sort of stuff too. So you can really you can get some points, you know, and actually do a dedicated walk. But as you said before, Josh, some have like museums. I'm currently in a rest stop as we speak. So
you are?
I am. I'm in Wisconsin. The cheese. I got some cheese today. Anyway,
cheese and beer.
Cheese and beer. I digress. But this rest stop, Josh, it has it's like a military sort of rest stop area and an homage to the military and the police. And it actually, you walk through this beautiful bushland area over this beautiful bridge and out onto this massive big gorgeous overlook that you don't see at all from the rest stop or anywhere. It's actually, you know, half mile or so hike into the bush, but it's well covered and stuff as well. So of course there's a Munzee there at that location. Then you go up further, there's a little old beaten track. You can go up the old beaten track and there's a geocache up the top there as well too. So I got those today, you know, get out of the car, the van and you know, stretch the legs, go for the walk. Fresh air, sunshine, nothing beats it, mate. Nothing beats it too. So
I've been at that rest stop. I have taken that hike and gotten that cache.
Oh, you have? Yeah.
It was one of those situations where like somebody's waiting back at the car, and then you're halfway up the hill, and you're like, oh my gosh, this is going to take me longer than I thought.
Yeah. It's not a LPC, you know.
It was a hike.
It's a hike. But yeah, so that's the one I'm at the moment. That's the one I am. You know exactly.
Oh, that's another thing. That's another thing to know. A lot of these have trails, but then also if you have a dog, a lot of them have dog walking areas that are designated for dogs too. So the American Rest area is a travel factor, and so we are going to rate our top 10.
Yes, because we've been to a few.
Our top
Josh.
10.
We've been to quite a few. We've been absolutely quite a few. Our top 10 also consists of the ones we've been involved with, but also the ones that friends of ours have told us as well. There's one rest stop, Josh, that I've seen all over social media that's coming up later on in the show, all over social media, and it's one that I've never, ever been to, but it's on my radar to go to. So, that's coming up later on.
Here's the thing. Some of these, I think actually two of these, have been possibly entries in roadside attractions, or we've talked about them on the show before.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. This is not a show about roadside attractions, but however, there can be a roadside attraction inside of a rest stop.
Absolutely. I mean, there's even, I think, the Jolly Green Giant, for instance. That's kind of a rest stop. You know what I mean? It's a little bit off the beaten path, but there's bathrooms there and stuff too. So absolutely, mate. Do you want to get on to our 10? We're doing a top 10, aren't we?
Top 10.
Here
we go.
10. And
number.
Is it in particular order? Do you think?
I think I'm looking at this list.
Yeah.
You
kind of rate it?
Helped curate the list.
Yes. Yep.
And I think, these lists are debatable, right? It's subjective.
Absolutely.
But,
it is subjective.
But as I look at the list, I do believe that they get better and better. That's what I think.
Yep, absolutely. And I'll say this as well. Listen up to all our listeners as well. We want to know how many of these top 10 have you actually been to? So send us an email later on in the show with which ones. Just give us a number. 1 to 10.
Yeah.
Or 0 to 10. It makes no difference.
Or what rest stop are we missing? Too?
Yes, that'd be good too. All right, Josh, number 10, you can go first with the evens if you like.
All right, number 10, I have been to. It's fairly close to me. It's about, I'd say probably 7 hours away, 8 hours away from me. I guess it's not fairly close. It's a state over. It's a state over from my state.
Okay.
And that is in Chamberlain, South Dakota. It is the Chamberlain Rest Area. It is right on I-90. Yep. And this rest stop is right on the Missouri River. So it's right off the highway. Let's just say this. Some of these rest stops are owned by the government.
Yep.
And some of them are commercial. They're not owned by the government. Yep. This one is owned by the government. And one of the things that makes a good rest area is the location. And the location of this is beautiful. It's up kind of on a hill, and it's overlooking the Missouri River. And this is one of those that is really dedicated to American history. So inside this rest area, there is essentially a museum about Lewis and Clark, because Lewis and Clark sailed. They didn't sail. They rowed their boat. Paddled. They paddled past here. And so there is a tribute to Lewis and Clark. But there is this really beautiful roadside attraction. It is a sculpture, and it is called Dignity of Earth. And it is a sculpture. It's quite large, of a native woman. And it's kind of one of those, it's a beautiful piece of artwork, and it's a fairly large statue. So that is a must see. And it just has a beautiful trail that gives beautiful looks of the river. And I do believe this place has very good, reliable bathrooms, because it is run by the government. I think this is a location where there's always somebody working there. You mentioned that, Craig, that somebody is always there.
Yep. Absolutely. I've seen so many.
Yeah. It's as far as food goes, there's no restaurants there. And we're going to talk about some that actually have restaurants. It's just mainly vending machines, but it's a great place to stop and have a picnic. Anything else that I didn't cover that you, because I don't know if you've been to this one. Have you? I certainly have.
Yeah, I don't think I've actually been to the South Dakota one. I've been to all the way through North Dakota, because when I went across, that's right. I went directly across North Dakota and then came south and went past and through the Enchanted Highway. Remember, we've had that on one of the episodes as well. Yeah, and so I came south via Enchanted Highway, then through South Dakota, and then into Wyoming. and I saw a good friend, Dave, Smile Makers in Wyoming. So that's the route that I took. So I didn't actually do the I-90. I did the one in North Dakota instead. So yes. And when you say as well, Josh, you see the signs as you come up to these rest areas, and they actually say, and I had to work out what it was. Obviously, I'm not American. So it says something about dot care. What's dot care? Is that Department of Transport?
Yeah, DOT. DOT is Department of Transport.
Yeah. So that's when you know it's government owned itself. So
yes, exactly. And they usually have like a brown sign. Designated as a rest stop.
Yep.
One more thing I'll say too. The 50-foot, by the way, the Native woman, the sculpture, the Dignity of Earth, is 50 feet tall. That is very large sculpture. Wow. But you will see it from the road, from I-90, because for years there's been a teepee sculpture there. So the whole thing is themed Native American and then also Lewis and Clark. So this is a great kind of history, beautiful location. If you're driving it's on the way to the Black Hills of South Dakota.
Right. Is this the one with the woman and she's got a geocache under her skirt? Is that the one, or is that wrong? No, that's different again. I'm picturing something different. Oh,
that's Pocahontas.
That's different.
It's a Pocahontas statue in Pocahontas, Iowa.
Yes, like, Josh, when you travel so much, like it all molds into one. Like,
but yeah, there is a geocache under her skirt.
Yeah. Exactly, mate. I'm going to move on to number 9, and this one's called the Sunset Point Rest Area. It's in Arizona, yes, the hot desert of Arizona. Now, this one here, I've been to this one as well. It is true. Yeah, I absolutely been to this one. It's really, really nice rest stop. And one of the reasons why it's really nice too is because it's all fully air conditioned inside. So you can go inside the actual, because it's all new renovations as well. All new inside. You go in and you get some nice, cool air conditioning to get out of that desert heat, as we all know what Arizona is kind of like as well. But one of the best parts, Josh, is the time of day in which you go there. Yes. If like me, because I'll pull into a rest stop. Josh, sometimes I'll make the rest stop my destination for the night, and I'll pull in. Sometimes today I pulled in at 2:00 this afternoon, 2 p.m. I pull into the rest stop. I'm staying here the entire night. You're allowed to in 99.9% of the actual rest stops. Unless they're dedicated otherwise, as they say. So, I pulled in like 2:00 in the afternoon. I went for my walk and everything as well. But this one here, Josh, if you can be here during the, what do you call it, the golden hour, the sunset golden hour with the sunset and the panoramic views. I think it's the Bradshaw Mountains is where you can actually look out over the Bradshaw Mountains as the sun sets behind them itself. It just gives it that glow. It's beautiful. Josh, you know what you're like with Instagram and stuff as well. So it absolutely Instagram worthy pictures, etc.
Sure.
Now, when it comes to food, as you said before, I think again it's just vending machines and snacks and drinks. But I do like with these ones where they've got the picnic tables under cover and stuff as well, so you can get out of that some shade. And if you pack a picnic with your family and stuff too, I do like good, fresh, clean picnic tables as well to get out of the car sometimes. So that's Sunset Point Rest. Have you been to this one, Josh, in Arizona?
I have not. How are the bathrooms?
Bathrooms are very clean. It's brand new. It's brand new. So the bathrooms are always going to be clean there for the time being. Yeah, brand spanking new. But also, when I was there as well, there's animals there too, desert animals, Josh, like wildlife, lizards and hawks, and the bird life is really nice too. Even though you're still in the desert area, you can still see them. If you sit, relax, and just observe, get off your phone, get off any device, put your feet up and relax, and you'll see what's going on around you. It's that's good for anything, to be honest with you. So that's the rest of in Arizona.
This one's similar, different sort of topography, but this one also seems to be very much about the location.
Yeah.
All right. Should we move on?
Absolutely.
I'll do the next one. Number 8.
I thought you were moving on to the next one because the next one's got a great location as well.
Okay. Number 8. Number 8, I've been to this location. I don't know if I've been to this rest stop, however, but maybe you have, Craig.
Yeah.
And this is the Western New York Welcome Center in the New York Thoroughway. And this is, I believe, right outside of Niagara Falls. Is that correct?
Yep. Exactly
or close to Niagara Falls. And so this, I have not been there.
Yeah.
I looked up some of the YouTube videos of this place. Craig, this place is classy.
Yes, it is.
It's classy.
Yeah.
We're not talking just vending machines.
No.
We're talking like fancy, like
yes,
New York market artisan
Correct.
snacks.
Correct.
Like,
yeah.
have you been here?
Yes. And the reason for it, Josh, is you said it, and when you actually mentioned it as well, you said rest stop and welcome center. As soon as there's a welcome center involved in these rest stops, they go to the next level, I feel. And so that's what this place is as well. It's got the whole welcome center there, which then sometimes has the food courts and stuff like that too. So yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sure Niagara Falls is fairly touristy too.
Oh, so. Yeah. Absolutely.
But this place, in my research, also has historical exhibits. It has murals.
Mm-hmm.
It has, this is fun for the kids. It has a shipwrecked themed playground.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a playground that's like a ship. Like
wow.
Your kids can pretend to be the Goonies, for example. And then in there's also a Niagara Falls virtual experience.
Oh,
what do you think that is, Craig?
Oh, I didn't see that one when I was there.
A Niagara Falls virtual experience.
That would be like if it's inside the Welcome Center itself. You go inside the Welcome Center and have along a wall or something, maybe like a video monitor through the wall or something. The actual of the Niagara Falls, like a webcam, screen. That possibly.
Yeah. So this is very classy. As far as the bathrooms, my research with the bathrooms is that the building is inspired by the Frank Lloyd Wright inspired building.
Mm-hmm.
It's upscale and it's pristine.
Mm-hmm.
So the restrooms, again, here, fancy. This is fancy pants. Pants.
Yep. No, it absolutely is, and well worth the stop too. Before or after you visit Niagara Falls. So, but I think predominantly it's before because you're going towards Niagara Falls, if I do believe so. But then again, is some of these rest stops, Josh, they're either in the center of the highway or there's ways you can get to them. These big ones, like we're saying, there's ways to get to them from either north or south or east or west, whichever direction you're going from. You should be able to get to one of these rest stops that we're talking about here too. So, this one, Josh, I'm going to move on. If you're ready to move on to
this one's kind of similar. This one's a little bit similar.
It's similar because this one here, it's in Beckley, West Virginia, the Tamarack Marketplace. Now, it's similar because you hear it in the name, Marketplace, not just a rest area. It's a marketplace.
Yeah.
It's built, though, for high traffic. So it is actually a rest area. It's got a good size, parking lot area, etc. as well. But, Josh, this is a whole complex now we're talking about. We're talking food here. We're talking arts and crafts. We're talking culture tours. We're talking galleries. We're talking pottery, quilts, painting.
Classy. This is
classy stuff as well.
Oh my gosh, there's live glass blowing.
Yes.
Have you ever seen live glass blowing? That's really interesting.
That's really cool. And I actually watch a Netflix show on glass blowing too. That's really cool too. The music performances as well normally from local bands as well. They play there too. So this is it is a full on marketplace per se. So some people don't just stop here for to go to the bathroom, for instance. Locals will stop here as well. So you know what I mean. So it's a meeting place for locals as well as tourists alike too. So yes, that's what I like about it too.
There is a full service restaurant, and Craig, we were just in West Virginia, and so this is very familiar.
Yes.
This is what they feature with food: the pepperoni rolls. I am ashamed to say that
did you not have one?
We didn't. I didn't have any pepperoni. You did? How were they?
I did on Sunday. I had an original pepper. They call it original pepperoni roll because it's very different to the pepperoni rolls that I can kind of see that were
okay.
They're not fake pepperoni rolls, but they're the touristy pepperoni rolls. These pepperoni rolls were actually made on a homemade bread sort of style, which was cut, directly down the center, and they had this pepperoni mix in the middle. So it wasn't the pepperoni roll like you think about, literally physical bits of pepperoni, and it's rolled up into like a dough, and then that dough's baked. That's what I first thought about it. But no, they're pepperoni mix in the middle of this freshly cut roll. So that's the pepperoni rolls that I had. Apparently that was one of the original ones.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And then another thing that they feature there is a rainbow trout. So I guess
trout?
That's local Appalachian fare.
True.
There's some rainbow trout. So again, Tamarack Marketplace in Beckley, West Virginia. This is class. This is a classy rest stop.
Yeah. And our West Virginian friends too, Josh, like Danny and Danny or Buc-ee Casa, they might know about this one too, being from West Virginia.
Yeah, they probably do.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm guessing it looks like there's also some outdoor sculptures, which just shouts Adventure Labs. There's got to be Adventure Lab there.
It screams Adventure Labs, screams it. So, because if you don't know, if we don't know what we're talking about, Adventure Labs is like geocaching, but there's no actual physical container to find. It's all done on an app on your phone, and you get to a location. You must answer a question in regards to the location that the user has set up, and once you answer that correctly, you then get a find for your geocaching account. But there's no actual container to find, like a box or pill bottle or any of that sort of stuff too. So.
All right.
Are you ready to move on? 6? Oh, always
Number
ready.
6. Number 6 is our first truck stop. Now, there's rest stops, there's truck stops, and there's welcome centers. I think that's like the 3 kind of categories.
The 3 main ones.
Truck stops, welcome centers, and I forgot what was the last one I said.
Rest areas.
Rest areas. and there's also like privately owned complexes.
Yes.
And we'll get to that as well. So this one is the Jubitz truck stop outside of Portland, Oregon, or in Portland, Oregon. And I have not been here. I've been to Portland, Oregon, but I have not been here.
Yeah.
But this sounds like kind of your typical sort of truck stop.
Yeah.
Okay. But it feels like we're going to get to another truck stop later.
Yeah.
But this feels like kind of like a mini village. Get this. This is some of the things you can do at this truck stop. Karaoke. There's a karaoke. You can do karaoke. Craig, you can sing your go-to song, or should I say speak your go-to song.
I come from a land down under. Yes, I do.
Yes, exactly.
That's the one. But you think about it, Josh, with these truck stops, and these are literally for truckers. They are, and they're there for them to rest overnight normally as well. So they've got really good overnight stops locations for their trucks and their trailers. I never really try and stop in a truck stop because mostly those trucks are running all night long, which can get a little bit loud for my van. But other than that, though, I do like a good truck stop. And Josh, not only that, who knows? These truckers, they might have a beautiful voice for this karaoke because they probably sing to themselves all day long as they're driving down the highways. That's right. So karaoke. What else does it have apart from the karaoke?
Okay, get this. It has a 52-seat movie theater at a truck stop. And I looked this up. They do this is a deal, Craig. $6 movies. $6 movies.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wonder if you can actually watch the movie, like whatever movie you pick, or is they've actually got screening times?
No, I think it's an actual movie theater. So I think they show current releases, I believe.
And screening time.
I don't know that. Yes.
Wow.
Exactly.
Wow.
There is a lounge and diner called the Ponderosa Lounge. And in this, obviously they have food, all that stuff, but there's country music and dancing. This is a good time. This is a good time. There's also
in Portland, Oregon. That's interesting as well, because that's
it's a truck stop.
It's a truck stop.
These truckers are coming from all over. Most of them are from Texas, right?
True. Everything's bigger in Texas. That's right. So maybe so.
There's a driver's lounge with arcade games. A lot of these truck stops have arcades. And then there's a pool, like a swimming pool.
Wow.
Yeah, in the driver's lounge apparently. So this sounds to me like a truck driver's heaven. Yes.
And so a lot of these truck stops, actual real truck stops, Love's, for instance, is one of the big truck stops across the US as well, whereby you can actually pay for a decent shower, and it's just a shower you're in your own locked room. Have you ever done a shower, Josh, at a truck stop at all?
I haven't, but we're gonna get to another one of these that has something even better. You're gonna love it.
I'll just quickly say in regards to truck stops and showers in general, they sometimes are a bit pricey. They're between $10-12. So for a shower, you think, oh, that's a bit pricey, but you book your shower, you pay for it, you get your ticket, and then it calls you out. Ticket number 33 in shower number 3. Shower's ready, number 3, and so you go in there. Close the door behind you. You got a full bathroom area, and I'm talking huge, normally bathroom area, like 3 times the size of a normal bathroom. You got beautiful showers in there. They're very fresh, very clean itself as well, because they're cleaned out after every person has normally had a shower too, which is really nice. So you can take your time in there. You can have a shave if you need to have a shave. You can go to the bathroom. You need to go to the bathroom, and then have a decent, hot, good shower, because sometimes they are hard to find on the road, Josh. So yeah,
that's really interesting to hear, and I believe it because I've heard that before. But initially, whenever I walked into a truck stop and I saw that they had showers, all I could think was that must be the most disgusting place on earth.
Yeah,
but it's not.
No, it's not.
They've got it. They've got a system. They got probably somebody. Their job is to clean it.
Yeah,
probably,
absolutely.
So.
They've got a cleaner there full time, like on a shift work, full time cleaner there. So yeah, absolutely. So it's really good, really good. All right, Josh, we're going to move on now to Utah. Have you been to this one, Josh? Utah along Route 89.
I mean, I don't think I have. I've been to Utah, but I haven't. I don't know if I've been here. And I know I haven't been here because I've looked at the pictures.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
If you look at the pictures of this place, you're going to be like, oh my God, this is heaven.
This place, although there's not many amenities, we'll say what is first. Bear Lake Rest Area and Overlook on Route 89 in Utah. And yes, the restrooms are very clean there. A vending machine only, so you don't have that big restaurant sort of style, but the main thing here is the views. We're talking about the blue water views in Utah, Josh. You're high up in the desert. And most of the people go there just literally for the views and to get out and have do the panoramic photo. You know how you do your panoramic photo all the way across and stuff?
Yeah,
people
for
do
sure.
that too. So you do your panoramic photos all the way through. You can do selfies and stuff as well. So, yeah, that's this one here, Josh. You have a question?
I don't.
Oh, I thought you had a question.
I don't. I'm just listening. No questions. I'm just listening to you.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll just say this.
Yep.
I think the reason we have ranked this so high is because many travelers say that this is the most beautiful rest stop they've ever seen.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the views.
Yeah. And Bear Lake, if you look, it's huge lake. It's gigantic.
Yeah.
It's in the mountains.
That's right.
Mountains, lake, beauty.
Yep.
It's the place to go.
And there's nothing there because it's a bare lake. But anyway, there's also hiking. I know, right? But there's also hiking trails that you can do so you can park the car there, leave the car there itself, and do the hiking trails all the way through and down towards the Bear Lake itself. I do believe, forgive me if I'm wrong, but I think there may be a little beach thing you can go down there onto the lake as
nearby,
well.
I think it said.
Yeah. Nearby, there's like a beach sort of area which you can hike down to as well. So that would be really, really nice. So yeah, this one's on my list, Josh, for the views alone.
Oh, yes.
So absolutely for the views alone.
I'll say this though, for food, it's only vending machines.
Yes.
Vending machines. But that's okay. Come on. This is the most beautiful place for a picnic.
I was going to say picnics, and that's what rest stops are mostly used for. I see it all the time, Josh, when I go through the rest areas all across the US. Nothing, warms my heart more than to see a beautiful young family with 2 young kids or 3 young kids, etc. And the kids are out and they're playing around with a ball or something, and then they all come out and sit at the picnic table. No devices in their hands. All of them are sitting there having a beautiful picnic, in the sun or in the shade or whatever, and they're all talking and laughing with one another. That is really nice to see. And you see it often, Josh. I actually see it often on road trips, so it's nice.
Yes. Yeah, and people that are taking road trips, I mean, they're not flying, right? So they're trying to pinch their pennies, right?
Exactly.
Picnic is way cheaper than going to a grocery store. Is way cheaper than eating out all the time.
It's cheaper than a McDonald's nowadays too. You think about McDonald's trips these days for two adults and 3 kids. Wow.
Yes.
Compared to what the yesteryear was. So are we going to move on, Josh, to number 4?
Oh,
because number 4 is a big one. This is a big one.
This is going to be controversial.
Yes, I know.
Because there are going to be some people listening to this saying, I think there are going to be some people saying this should be number 1.
Oh, that's true.
But it's number 4.
It's number 4, yeah. Well, then they're going, what's going to be 3, 1, 2, and 3 then? That's what
they're going to be good. So number 4 is, we've talked about it many a times.
Mm-hmm.
You have visited many times. I visited
many.
I think I've been to a Buc-ee's. Oh, I just revealed that. I think I've been to a Buc-ee's 3 or 4 times. It is Buc-ee's. The Buc-ee's gas station mostly in Texas, but beyond various locations. And let's just say Buc-ee's is expanding.
Yes.
Rumor is that there's going to be one in Wisconsin. You said there's another one they're building somewhere. Wisconsin. I mean, that's pretty far north.
That's north. And apparently, the rumor has it they're building one in New Jersey as well. But Josh, before we move on, do you know there's 51 Buc-ee locations in total across the USA? Wow. 51 in total. And this is as of June 10th. So they'll be building more as we go.
June 10th, 2025, if you're listening.
Yeah. 2025. True. They're spread across 9 different states. Texas has 36 stores in Texas alone.
Wow.
But there's also ones in Alabama, Florida, Georgia, Kentucky, South Carolina, Tennessee, Missouri, and Colorado. So I think I've been to all of those except I haven't been to Colorado, and that's all. I haven't been to all the ones in Texas. But
yeah. So my theory, not my theory, my life rule is you never pass up a Buc-ee's.
No.
I don't care if you don't need to go.
No.
I don't care if you don't need to go to the bathroom. I don't care if you're not hungry. I don't care if you don't need gas.
No.
You never skip
a
Buc-ee's.
No.
You never skip a Buc-ee's.
You can't.
Even though they're all the same. They're so kind of. We just saw one. I just saw one in. I can't remember where we might have been together. Where it was like the world's largest car wash. It was so long.
Yeah, that was it was the largest car wash. Yeah, we were there together.
Where was that?
Absolutely, we were there together.
Where was that?
That in Texas. We were in Texas, weren't we?
Yeah,
Texas
that's right, Texas.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I just picked you up from the airport. We're on our way.
Okay. So first thing, we're going to go back and forth on this. We're going to spend some time on this. I know we've talked about it before, but we can't. We have to give it. It's just due time.
Yeah.
The restrooms, Craig. Believe the hype.
Yes.
Believe the hype. These are the most cleanest bathrooms in America. They brag of it, and it's also, I believe, true.
Absolutely true. And the reason for it, Josh, is so Buc-ee's actually pay their staff really, really well. And I'm talking, forgive me again if I'm wrong, because I'm just, pulling this out of somewhere where it shouldn't be. But I think it's I think they're paying like $22, $23 an hour if you're a bathroom attendant. What you do as a bathroom attendant is, well, first and foremost, these bathrooms, Josh, if you haven't been to a Buc-ee's before, we're talking over 50. If you go in the men's room, because I've never been in the women's.
So many.
You go in the men's room, you're talking over 50 stalls almost. And each stall itself is separated with a closed individual door, but it's fully enclosed. It's not the American doors where there's 2 or 3 inches gap. There's no gaps in these doors. These are actually high quality doors. You've got 30 or 40 urinals at the same time. Then normally down the center is where you've got all your hand washing basin areas with a mirror and towels and stuff too. But there's always an employee in the bathroom. As soon as the employee sees someone, I wouldn't like to do it, Josh, to be honest with you. As soon as someone sees someone coming out of one of the cubicles, they go in and clean it up. And to make sure that there's no things left behind, so to speak, streaks, skid marks, whatever you want to call them, left behind, and make sure the toilet paper's, filled correctly, the whole lot. So that's the reason for it, Josh, is that there's full-time bathroom attendants, male and female, in these bathrooms too. So
yes. Last time I went, I was at the location close to Bowling Green, and I was with my mom.
Yeah.
And she had never been to a Buc-ee's. And I forced her. I said, Mom, you got to go to the bathroom.
You got to go.
She's like, I don't have to go to the bathroom. No, you have to go. Just go in there and have go in there and have a seat. Just enjoy yourself. Just have a seat. Have a rest.
Squeeze one out.
Something might happen. I don't know. But you got to experience the cleanest bathrooms in America.
Poor Mrs. Johnson.
Yeah. All right, Craig, let's talk about the food. Oh my gosh. Brisket on the board. Brisket on the board. I'm saying it like with your accent.
You are. Well, that was actually an English accent, but that's okay. I'll take it.
What does it mean when the people that work at Buc-ee say brisket on the board? What is happening?
So what's actually happening then is the fresh brisket is actually coming out of the oven smoker, wherever it is that they're bringing it out from, and they literally jiggle it on. And when you see it, they slap it on the board, and it's a big cutting board in the middle of the actual store. That's when they say brisket on the board, because it's fresh brisket on the board. And then all the other staff say brisket on the board, brisket on the board. So everyone knows in the store that there's fresh brisket, and you can smell the brisket too, Josh. It's got that barbecue Texan smell. It's good.
Good brisket.
And so what they do with the brisket, that depends on what they need, but they'll slice the brisket for the sliced brisket sandwiches, or they'll shred the brisket. So for the shredded brisket sandwiches, and then they make up all the different fresh sandwiches with these briskets as well. But they don't have just brisket. They've got chicken there. They've got turkey. They've got
turkey. Yes.
They've got all the pork, the whole lot. Yep, the whole lot.
I would argue the turkey is just as good. The barbecue turkey with the barbecue sauce.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. If you go here, I would encourage people to don't eat. This is a place where you can eat and have a meal. You get your sandwich and just go out to the parking lot. That's what we do, Craig.
Yeah, you tailgate it. I didn't even know what tailgating was until I came to the USA. We don't do tailgating in Australia. We
really?
because we don't have, our utes don't fold. We don't sit on the back of the actual ute. Well, you call it a truck here. We don't do that sort of thing in Australia. So no, we don't tailgate.
So some other food things you need to know about this is there have a wide jerky selection, beef jerky selection.
Huge jerky selection. Huge. Teriyaki.
Yes.
What do you call popcorn? Peppercorn and, all the different types of jerky you can imagine. So, yeah.
They have fudge.
Mm-hmm.
The soda, like if you like soda, they have almost every kind of soda, like just like the rows and like a huge row of soda.
And it's cheap. The soda is their cheapest thing to this day. Even you get an extra large soda. We're talking like a bucket almost of soda for like $1 something. $1 plus tax is ridiculous how cheap it is. But yeah, the soda, Josh. But I think you personally, you are a fan. I'm not a fan of this, Josh. Okay, I don't know if you believe it or not, but I'm not a fan of this. And it is the what do you call them? Those little popcorny things. What are they called, Josh? The popcorn?
Oh my gosh,
the nuggets or something.
This is the best.
Beaver nuggets.
Beaver nuggets. The beaver nuggets are so good. I always have to get the beaver nuggets.
Mm-hmm.
I always have to get them. And basically, what the beaver nuggets are, it's like caramel puffcorn.
Oh, popcorn. That's what it is.
That's what it is. It's puffcorn. It's caramel puffcorn, but it's the Buc-ee's caramel puffcorn. It's beaver nuggets.
Yeah.
It's so These beaver nuggets are so popular. People sell them on TikTok. I get ads for people like saying, have beaver nuggets sent to your house. I live in Minnesota. There's not a Buc-ee's near me. I need my beaver nuggets.
Yeah.
They're really tasty. And then there's desserts. I mean, we could go on and on.
Have you had the desserts, Josh?
Yeah, they have like cups, of like like it's like a kiwi pie.
Yes,
cup.
yeah, exactly. Key lime pie cup. Key lime pie, yeah. They got banana pudding ones. They've got like a chocolate mousse with Oreo crumbles through it too. Like, oh man, and then the cream. If you've got a sweet tooth, Buc-ee's is a place to go as well for the sweet tooth. But not only that, Josh, every single Buc-ee's so far I've been to, except for bar one, has had a 5-stage adventure lab in Buc-ee's as well. So that's been really cool. You will find that a lot of the actual Munzees or geocaches as well, they've actually been removed from Buc-ee's because Buc-ee's are so high-end with their staff that their staff always out in the parking lots cleaning everything. And so they clean off any QR codes. They they see someone hiding something under a lamp skirt. They go, "What's that?" and get rid of it. So it's very rare that you actually find anything physical geocaching related at a Buc-ee's. But adventure labs, hey, they're virtual, so why not? So they're really cool.
Some fun things to do.
Mm-hmm.
Every Buc-ee's has a giant beaver statue. Beaver statue outside.
We didn't say that's the reason why, because the Buc-ee's is a beaver. Their logo, their brand is beaver. Beaver the Buc-ee. Yeah. Buc-ee the beaver.
So everyone has a beaver statue. If you're lucky, there's like the person dressed like in a furry costume of Buc-ee. Yeah. I've experienced Buc-ee walking around.
90% of the time, the Buc-ee's walking around. 90% of the time. Like 90% of the time I've been there, he's walking around. So
yes.
Yep.
And you can get Buc-ee's branded everything. Swimsuits.
Yeah.
You name it. You can get it.
Josh, you can get Goliath a little jacket, a Buc-ee's jacket for his absolutely anything. Dog related, there's everything dog related, dog bowls, everything you name Buc-ee's is there. Stickers. I mean, I've got Buc-ee's stickers throughout my van itself as well to try and prove that I've been to almost every Buc-ee's that there is in the US. So I know.
So here's the thing. If you've never been to a Buc-ee's, I know you're sitting there thinking, come on, it's a gas station.
I know.
Really? I was in the same position. I was in the same place. People told me about Buc-ee's.
Yes.
I was like, okay, whatever. It's a gas station. But then I went, and I believe the hype. I believe the hype. People believe the hype about Buc-ee's.
Exactly. Josh, how many gas pumps do you think Buc-ee's have on average? How many do you think?
I would guess over 100.
Yeah. Buc-ee's locations typically feature around 100 gas pumps per station. 100 gas pumps per station. The larger ones have over 120 gas pumps per station. And this is what's going to blow any Australian minds out there, or even the UK minds as well. And that is, at this gas stations here in the US predominantly, you park your car at the gas pump. You pump the gas itself, and then you leave the car there and go into the store. That same thing happens here at Buc-ee's, Josh. People use the gas pumps as they're parking.
You can just leave your car there because there's so many pumps.
There's so many pumps. People just like, I didn't know that. Some people even leave the gas pumping by itself and walk in, and but that's separate again. So yeah. All right, Josh. Moving on to number 3 right now. Number 3.
Okay, This next one we have talked about before.
We have.
This one is like kind of, it's a rest stop, but it's also like a roadside attraction as well.
Yes.
It's very kitschy.
Yeah.
But it is south of the border in Dillon, South Carolina.
Oh, south of the border is the name of it, not south of the border as in Mexico.
But it's Mexican themed.
Oh, in South Carolina.
It's Mexican themed.
Wow.
So
okay,
like
there's
you'll see from the distance a giant climbing tower of just like a gigantic sombrero, basically. It's very quirky.
Why hasn't this been on our list? But anyway.
I know. I cannot believe, Craig, that you have not been here, because this is it's complex. It's been there for 70 years, Craig.
Wow.
And the people that have been there, if you were there 70 years ago, they say it's very similar to what it was 70 years ago. Like, it hasn't changed.
Do they upgrade the paint at all on the sombrero?
Yeah, this is what you call exactly. This is what you call a tourist trap. Okay. In all the best ways.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can climb the gigantic sombrero tower. Okay. You can climb it. There's a mini amusement park. I watched the videos, Craig.
Yeah.
There's mini golf. Of course, there's mini golf. You know our mini golf. We love it. All right.
Well, I'm just good at it. I don't love it. I'm just good at it. Anyway.
Yeah, that's true. There's a reptile lagoon. Okay.
Oh.
There's the souvenir shop. It has everything and anything you don't need, but you want to get, because it is weird, strange, amazing. You're talking Americana. This place is tacky. It's nostalgic. It's weirdly wonderful, Craig. There's lots of places to eat. There's a steakhouse. There's a taco joint. There's an ice cream parlor.
Wow.
I mean, this is a road trip dream.
In Dillon, South Carolina.
Yeah, and it's Mexican themed in Dillon, South Carolina.
Yeah, I can honestly say, Josh, I haven't actually spent that much time in South Carolina, unfortunately. Like,
I
haven't done much time up and down the South Coast. I've been predominantly in the Midwest. You know, a lot of my travels have been south to north along and through the Midwest itself. Even the West. You know, I haven't driven in California, for instance, with my van, you know, that sort of thing too. So I haven't even been over that far yet. I've literally been following all the geocaching and Munzee big events throughout the state. So that's what I've been doing too. So,
yep.
All right, Josh, we're going to move on. Yes.
But I'm sure can I just say this? I'm sure some of our listeners have been to south of the border. I actually think we've had people comment about this when we've talked about it before.
Yep.
So this is somewhere we need to get.
Yep,
but we're down to the top two. Number two. You introduced this one.
I think we've both
been
close.
We've been close, but I don't think we didn't go. Craig. This was a botch.
How did we not go?
This is a botch.
We didn't do our research, Josh. So when we were at Geo Woodstock last year, not the recent one, but last year, it was in Flagstaff, Arizona. And that's where this one is. It's called Little America in Flagstaff, Arizona. How did we not go to this one, Josh?
Because you know why we didn't go? Because it's like a resort. It's very classy. We had our Airbnb, but this is like a classy. This is a classy like resort.
So it's basically, because their tagline says, Josh, as well, is what happens when a hotel meets a rest area. So it's a great place to stretch your feet. You know, you get out there, stretch your legs, etc. as well. Or you're just passing through. There's shaded pine forest trail systems as well. You can cool off. You can even go in the outdoor pool, Josh, but I think that's for guests only, I do believe. So maybe. So that's maybe why we didn't go to this as well, because it may have looked to us just like an actual hotel rather than a rest stop. So that's maybe the reason why we didn't go. But Josh, the food here, apparently, the food is the reason why you stop, because it's very trucker friendly. And then we know what trucker friendly is like. I know what trucker friendly is like when it comes to their breakfast. Huge, big, you know, we're talking bacon, we're talking eggs, we're talking hash browns, we're talking pancakes. You know, the works is all on the breakfast. But they have restaurant-style meals, but they've got 75-cent soft-serve cones, Josh.
I love that.
Old school.
I love that.
Old school
75 cents. Where can you get a soft-serve ice cream cone for 75 cents? Nowhere.
Not even McDonald's.
Like the McDonald's ones are like $3 now.
Wow, really? I remember. Oh, back in the day, I remember when it was 25 cents. And that was Australian cents as well, so it's very different. So, yeah. So this one here, Josh, is apparently it's got a gift shop as well with all the memorabilia. It's got all the route maps as well, because through Flagstaff, Route 66 sort of stuff. So I can't believe we didn't go. I think maybe because we thought it may have been part of the hotel rather than a restaurant. Maybe that's the reason why.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
About like the restroom shower situation?
Oh, yeah.
Because you're gonna love this, Craig.
Yeah,
This is why next time you're there, you're gonna want to stop.
I will.
Because this just shouts, Craig. Shouts, see my shell.
Do they have a bath? Do they have a bath?
Okay, yeah. I watched a YouTube video of a couple people that like have a YouTube channel about they're truckers.
Yeah.
And they're visiting.
Yeah.
And this lady, she's like, this place has the most amazing baths that you can rent. So it's like you were talking about renting showers.
Yeah, this is renting a bath.
She's like, you can rent a bath, but it's not just a bath. It's like a jacuzzi bath.
Oh, I'm on my way.
So it's like a hot tub, but a bath. It's a hot tub bath that you can rent. And she's like, this is maybe this is why I rank this so high.
Yeah.
She's like, this is the best place to take a shower or a bath at a truck stop in America.
Wow. Yep.
She said that. Why. And this is from a trucker. She knows.
They know. They absolutely know. All right, Josh, moving on to number one. You can take number one, Josh. What's
drum roll, please. Number one is the great state of Iowa, the birthplace of Joshua Johnson, geocaching vloggers. And that is in Walcott, Iowa. I have been here before. It is Iowa 80 truck stop, which is named as, we've talked about this before. I think it was on Roadside Attraction.
It was.
Madness.
It was.
I think it might have been one of Courtney's entries.
It may have been. Yeah.
But this is the world's largest truck stop.
Mm-hmm.
This place is not just a rest area. It's not just a truck stop. It's a city. It has its own zip code.
It does.
I'm sorry. I shouted that very loud. I know you just turned down your volume, but it has its own zip code. It's its own city. Okay.
We're talking the other truck stop, Josh, had like the 52-seat theater and the karaoke. That's all well and good. But this one, Josh, you can get a haircut. It's got you can go to the barbershop. You got dental cleaning as well. So you can go to the dentist or the orthodontist as well. And you can get your dog wash there too. It's a
dog wash.
Grooming areas. Gift shop there is huge too. Very similar. I think maybe Buc-ee's sort of got their ideas maybe from when it comes to gift shop, maybe from Iowa 180. So that's a possibility.
Also here, there's a museum. But guess what kind of museum it is? It's a museum dedicated to trucking. It's a trucking museum.
Trucking museum.
And it has over 100 historic rigs. So there's trucks. There's a museum filled with trucks. I mean, if you're a trucker, this is your paradise. This is your heaven.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's basically like a small town for truckers. But it's not just for truckers. It's for anybody. It's just huge.
I've seen plenty of videos on this too, on van life videos.
What about food? Does it have one restaurant?
No.
Does it have two? Does it have three? No. It has 8 restaurants.
8 restaurants.
Including buffets, diners.
Wow.
And, of course, all the fast food options as well.
Yeah.
So
we know truckers love a buffet, Josh, too. Truckers love a buffet, let's be honest, because, they get a little box takeaway for their truck for the next trip part. So, absolutely.
Yeah. So if you're wondering, where this is, if you're on I-80 crossing Iowa, it is between Davenport and I'd say Des Moines. I think it's right before Iowa City. I've been here before, and it is a must stop. This is why it's number one. It's the rest stop of all rest stop. It has the most amenities. There's a lot to do. There's a lot to see, and that is why it is number one. You must stop. You must take your pee there.
And Josh, the reason why it has its own zip code?
Why?
Because it has its own post office there. So did you know that?
I don't doubt it.
Yeah, it's got its own post office. That's how you must have your own zip codes if you got your own post office there too. So it has its own post office there. That's the reason why it's got its own zip code too. So there you go, Josh.
It makes sense where it is because it is like almost like smack dab in the middle of like between the two coasts. I mean, this is right in the middle, so it makes sense that they put the world's largest truck stop right there.
Absolutely. So, Josh, we have a couple of honorable mentions. Do you want to talk about them now, or are we going to do a golden nugget?
It's time to wait for the golden nugget.
We're going to do that for the golden nuggets, Josh.
Yes, wow! Honorable mentions.
Well, people going golden nuggets. What's a golden nugget, Josh? What is a golden nugget? Tell
a golden nugget
what's a golden nugget?
a golden nugget is like you go and you see your treasure and you open the treasure chest and you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize there are golden nuggets in here.
Yeah.
Which is for our patrons. So anybody that supports this podcast, they get extra stuff. And so we're going to record a mini little episode about a couple other bonus rest stops. So our patrons, you get to listen. And if our future patrons also get to listen. So considering supporting us.
Well, Josh, do you know we've actually got, before we go, we've got a new patron as well. Did you know that?
We do?
We do. We've got a new patron. A big shout out to Kevin Swoop. Kevin Swoop, one of our new patrons. You know Kevin? You know Kevin?
Yes.
Who's
because
Kevin?
he was at, I believe, I might be wrong, but I think it was at the Munzee event. There were the people that introduced those police to Munzee.
Yes.
When we were in Uranus.
Yes, in Uranus, Josh. Dead set smack banner in the middle of the Uranus.
Yeah. Kevin and his wife.
Kevin and his wife, yes. Lovely people.
I'm almost certain. And Kevin, I apologize if that's not you, but I'm almost certain that it is you because I just sent your wife a path tag. So I'm
that's
how many people are there named
Have a swoop? Have a swoop. No, exactly. Thank you so much for Kevin. And Josh, otherwise, how can people sort of be on the patron list? How were you saying?
If you want to unlock the treasure trove, that is the golden nuggets and all the stuff behind the paywall, as we say, as others say.
Scott Berg said.
Yes. We would really appreciate your support. It is on Patreon. If you support us, you help us create even better content. You keep this free for everyone. You're not going to hear commercials on this yet.
No.
Unless there's somebody that approaches us that we really love, like Miller High Life.
or Airbnb. Or Airbnb.
Airbnb, that would be sweet.
That'd be sweet.
So here's how you find it. Patreon.com/treasures of our town. And that's where you'll find us. And there's several levels that you can support us there.
Very cool. Otherwise, Josh, how can people reach out to us and let us know how many of those rest stops they've been to on this episode? Yeah. How can they do that?
Or the ones that we forgot or missed.
Yeah. Let us know which ones are your favorites. Yes. Exactly.
Yes. So feel free to reach out to us at treasuresofourtownpodcast@gmail.com, or you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, X, and YouTube, or on Google. Just search Treasures of Our Town. On our Buzzsprout page, there's a little button that you can contact us.
Exactly. And when you contact us on that button, make sure you let us know who you are. So
yes, for sure.
Buzzsprout doesn't do that to us. But anyway, so that's it for our show today. Please subscribe, rate, and review on your favorite podcasting app. And as always, Josh,
Mirror travels always lead you to the most amazing, unexpected bathrooms, toilets around the country. See you next time, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
I'm going to get a good sleep tonight.